Hey guys, good to be back with you again. And I tell you, these saves are a lot more fun when you start coming across things like this. So, Marcelino Vialli is coming back to face us here in this next match as he now plays for Green Bay. Couldn't remember who he was, so I went ahead and clicked on him and tried to figure out exactly what was going on. He hasn't played for us for quite some time. He played for us for 2 matches, and at some point in time, I released him. I may have released him here at the end of the season because he's a striker who was way, way down on the list. Now, there's no chance of us ever really having to worry about him since our recruitment team gives him an F rating. How old is he? He's 24 years old, so probably not likely to improve that much. Though I will say he does have some good finishing and some good fitness acceleration, at least for this level. Yeah, I mean, it's not really much to say, much to go on. For us, he played he had 2 appearances, scored 1 goal, and had a 6.9 average rating. I don't know. It's not going to show us, unfortunately, his prior form for us when he was playing with us. But if we're going to do like a comparison and compare him with, I don't know, let's just say Toa Maile, though we're not going to see necessarily the thing you would normally see, which is the attribute comparison. I think we can see that Maele is almost certainly the better player than him, and has so many more pros and just looks so much better. In terms of statistics, too, Maele is probably better. He hasn't played as much as Viale has played so far this season. Anyway, a little bit interesting to look at. We'll see if anything comes of this or not. One of the complaints that I have had, though, with Football Manager, and I've said this before, is that this sort of rivalry ends up being completely artificial. And it feels artificial because I really had nothing to do with this guy, right? At some point in time, I got rid of him. I don't even remember why. We could look back here in the transfers and see if we can figure out when it happened, right? But at some point in time, I decided that... I mean, somewhere here, yeah, I guess right there, that's not even the same guy, right? Some point in time, I decided I didn't want this guy anymore, and so we just got rid of him, right? And that's just it. I mean, there's no relationship that I have with him. There's no interaction that I remember having with him. I barely remember the guy's name, and yet it turns out that he's really upset for whatever reason. He would prefer not to play for PanSa, so whatever I did to him made him pretty upset with me. He's not particularly impressed with me as a manager either, and he has a distant relationship with me. So there you have it. He's happy to be at a successful club. I suppose that they're somewhat successful, though Green Bay is only in 7th place, only 10 points so far this season. If we beat them, we're going to do a lot of favors for ourselves going forward as we try to catch up with Ilau and Tomata. So that's something for you to look forward to in our next match. Again, though, I really wish that there was a little bit more actual interaction with NPCs like this, because it would be really cool to be like, oh yeah, I remember this guy and there's this big storyline. Instead, it ends up being like this. It's sort of like a cardboard type of rivalry. So, it is what it is. There you have it, and we'll see you tomorrow with the match. Bye-bye.